Yeah. Yeah, which program is this? World News, okay. Yeah, okay. So we'll be going to TV in a little while. I'll give you a shout.
Hi, Warren. Okay, probably right above you. Hang on a second. Yeah, right. Okay, I'm looking over there. Yeah, okay. So come along to the bottom of there and see if you can get in. Yep.
Using pictures now. Yeah. Okay. Come to a shot. Well, we now know it's been declared a major incident. We've heard that from the Mayor of London. As you can see, the building is still well alight. The fire service tell us it's alight from the 2nd to the 27th floor. You can see just on the left-hand side of the building, you can see that hydraulic platform there, which we don't think is manned, with the hose playing on that corner of the building. About an hour ago, we saw a person briefly come to the window once or twice, just about where that hose is playing. We haven't seen that person since. We believe it was probably a resident. We understand that the fire service have been inside the building using breathing apparatus, so we're hoping that person has been rescued. As to people trapped, people injured, all we have at the moment is information that a number of people have been treated for a range of injuries. In the early stages, the police said 2 people were treated for the effects of breathing in smoke. We now know that there are more injuries than that, but we don't know the extent of them. There are fears, as you can see, debris falling off the building, that it might collapse. People are being pushed back. The fire itself is abating a little, perhaps, simply because a lot of the combustible material has already been burnt. You can see just how blackened and charred the outside of the building is now. We can't see firefighters going into the building. Our view is obscured, as you can see, by a building in front of us. But we have seen hoses playing on the building, sometimes on the right-hand side of the building. So we assume that there are people manning those hoses and that firefighters are very close to the building, though there is the risk of it collapsing and certainly the risk of fiery debris falling on top of them. So firefighters taking enormous risks, presumably to try and rescue people that may be trapped inside. Yes, certainly some of the residents here said that it is a sort of maze of narrow roads, and it is sometimes difficult for the emergency services to get access. As you know, the streets of London are pretty busy anyway, so certainly there's a road below us, and some cars have to be cleared out of the way for the emergency vehicles to get through. We know there are something like 40 fire engines here and 200 firefighters, and we've seen ambulances, lots of ambulances arriving. And we've also had this statement now from the fire brigade. We've had a statement from Assistant Commissioner Dan Daly, and he said firefighters wearing breathing apparatus are working extremely hard in very difficult conditions to tackle this fire. He didn't say whether they were inside the building or not, but you would presume if they had that breathing apparatus that they were inside the building. And he went on to say this is a large and very serious incident, and we have deployed numerous resources and specialist appliances. The fire actually started just before 1 o'clock, and you can see that column of smoke rising into the morning air. Fortunately, there's not a strong wind here at the moment. That would have made the firefighting very much more difficult. And that column of smoke rising almost vertically into the sky and then drifting away. I can see a large grey cloud that will be viewed from anybody in London, and they will be able to see this fire and the results of this fire for miles around. I can't give you a number. As you say, I've heard perhaps 200 flats, perhaps 200 people. These are just estimates, really, of the numbers who would have been inside. You have to remember when this fire started, it was 5 to 1 in the morning. So most people presumably would have been at home in their flats, in bed. So it would have had probably the maximum occupancy rate. There would have been more people in that block of flats than there would be at any other time. So that will obviously be a matter of a lot of concern for the emergency services. That's right. Well, I understand the tower block is owned by the local authority. I understand also that there was a major repair of the block, that it was refurbished from top to bottom fairly recently, probably since 2013. I haven't got the dates on that, but a lot of work was done on the block, so it may be that some of those concerns dating back to 2013 were addressed in some way. But we will find out about that, no doubt, in the fullness of time. Yes, that is a concern. When we arrived, we were slightly closer to the building, and we were pushed back by the police with some urgency. They were concerned that the building might collapse. That's not based on any structural assessment of any sort. It's simply the police exercising maximum caution. They felt it was a possibility. There was certainly fiery ash and debris falling around the tower block, so it made sense to move people as far away as possible. And there must be concerns for the building. You can see it for yourself. The fire has ripped through from top to bottom. We can't see the other side from here, but as far as I could see when we arrived, the fire was raging just as fiercely on the other side of the building. So there must be concerns that the building could collapse. We don't know if it will or not, but of course that is a fear at least. Okay, still on pitch. Okay. Hello there. I think it's sticking with you. Do you just want to put it down? Yeah. Okay.